Alright, hello YouTube viewers, I hope you guys are having a great day. My name is Max and welcome back to another live stream of Euro Truck Simulator 2. If you are new here, I live stream every single day, so do consider subscribing. So without further ado, let's pick up where we left off from the last time. So good evening to everybody, good evening to Mysterious Keshav. So let's drive. I didn't discover this. And before that, let's take a look at the jobs available. Nope, all the job sucks. In that case, let's reverse. Not tired right now. Ah, dang. So I'm sorry that I had to stream a bit late. I had important things to do. And the game loads like molasses. Quite slow. Is my steering wheel centered? Sag. Ooh. Ouch. I'm adjusting my steering wheel a little bit on my table here. Make sure it's at the okay. This is right. Ultra graphics. Well, if this game has higher graphic than it already is, I'm pretty sure you can't play the game. It's totally open world. There's no loading. There's no loading. And basically, it's a seamless drive. So I'm pretty sure with higher graphics, all the mods you're running, the game gonna be so much lag. Right, let's drive to Kaluga. We don't have any jobs going to Kaluga, do we? Yeah, that's none. 1, 2. Heading there. We can't really sleep because the game doesn't allow us to sleep yet. So we are going to basically drive there manually. Free roam. My pedal is becoming squeaky. You can hear the sound of the pedal. Man, this never happened before. wait, I never transported that kind of cargo. He's transporting dirt. Come to think of it, yeah, I've never seen any jobs that makes you transport dirt. Whoa, a lot of heavy vehicles there. So fast. 68. Yeah, this is our warm-up for the day. Just warming up. What's going on here? I want to see what's going on here. Are they having a dispute? There's a truck here parked, and there's another that's like a car, yep, on the opposite side. Dang, too bad there's no conversation. This isn't like Witcher 3. You can hear the NPC conversation. Oh yeah, I forgot. 0% damage. Good. seconds. 56. 100 kilometers. I love their creative way of closing the road. So instead of seeing the invisible, what do you call it, invisible sign, I guess, not invisible sign, but those floating X sign, and you get the invisible barrier, invisible wall. So having seeing, you know, constructions happening that closes the road feels a lot more immersive. Oh, I can overtake him. going on here? Why are we slowing down? Oops. Hey, Amaya, how are you? I feel a sneeze coming, but oh, weird. Don't you just hate it when you feel like a sneeze coming and it didn't come out? Our destination. I thought would be a lot further. Not that far. Discovered. No U-turn. Why? Oh, not really. It's not like I'm gonna do a U-turn here, so I guess it doesn't matter. Good to hear that you're fine. I think let's drive here by this garage. Ouch! What was that? That's weird. Stop. Wait, before stopping the engine, I might wanna check the job first. I wanna go to Roslev. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Job market. Nope. Nope. No, 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 no. Wait. I saw. Ah, dang it. No. Go back. Oh, up here, huh? Then going to Roslev. Nope. Point going there either. One more time. Hopefully there's a job. Please. Yeah, baby. 3 hours. quite a distance, but not really that far. So this is great news. Use packaging. This is probably the last city in Russia, right? Yeah, this is the last city in RusMap. Well, minus this, I guess. Minus this. World map first. I want to check. What is this? Is this even a place? Yeah, it is a legitimate place. Alright. So let's pick the job again. Let's roll. Eh? Oh, shoot. Dang it. I was expecting to find a gas station there. Yeah, that's more like it. The fuel price is super cheap at 40 cents per liter. $49, 121 liters. Why can't the fuel price? It's like this all over the world. So let's take a look. We are supposed to drive there, but before that I want to drive here. So would you allow me to do this? Okay. We are going straight. Don't stop. Don't stop. You know, sometimes the AI are just aggressive at the wrong places, and sometimes they are too passive. Ouch, I knew it. Yeah, stupid truck. Okay, I think yeah, let's go straight. I'm gonna have to disobey this navigation for a while. What are you doing? Yeah, we'll go this way so we can discover that. Probably another recruitment agency. Holy cow! Whoops! I got too excited there. Went too fast. Yeah, this way. The cargo. Wow. Wait. I like this one. I've never driven this paint job. So where is it? On the left side, on the right side. I hope it's here. Yeah, it is here. I was right. So we gotta figure out how to reverse. Then Yes, we are clear. Hey, Ayumi. When I used to work at an office, I used to listen to YouTube on headphones for stuff that doesn't require viewing that much, like podcasts or things like that. I used to watch, or at least listen to a lot of educational, you could say semi-educational videos like crash course history, crash course, yeah, a lot of crash course videos. Also, I think a lot from like channels like D News, back then it was called, and few others too that I can't remember right now. I don't know why, you know, instead of really entertaining me, it just calmed me down. Sometimes I wouldn't really process what they are saying, but you know, it really helps with productivity. Wait, are your hands on the... Oh, I don't think her hand was on the steering wheel. I think being a receptionist and also being a security guard is kind of similar in terms of you have to sit around and basically do nothing until, you know, there's a job that only you have to do, but most of the time is sitting down and do nothing. It might sound easy at first, it might sound easy, but once you try it, you know you know that doing nothing isn't really easy. You have to be alert all the time too, especially security guards. I see people that, I mean, security guards that, at least here in my country, that they sit around, talk with each other, but they might look like, you know, they are not doing much, but I know that their eyes are darting around looking at people. And their job is kind of dangerous too. But I don't like how they handle guns though. It's kind of sloppy. I guess the you know, the culture here about guns isn't really the same as in the States, I guess. They're kind of sloppy with guns, except for the professional ones though, the ones that escort people that wanna put cash into an ATM machine. Then you'll see their manner, how they handle themselves, how they handle the guns. Yet there were news back, don't know how many months ago. I remember, wait, not many months ago, like, I think it was last year. I remember like a bank got robbed, like when they were transporting cash into an ATM machine, and they got robbed. Kind of a dangerous job. Hi, Drago. You know, being a truck driver is also not one of my it's not one it's not in my bucket list. Being a truck driver, real truck driver, is not in my bucket list. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hit the job as soon as I were, you know, as soon as I get the job. Playing Euro Truck makes it looks like, you know, transporting goods is an easy job, but it's not. It's not. You have to keep to the timetable. Even then, you'll know, unexpected things can occur on the highway. If there's any accidents that is not involving you, of course. If there's any accidents, of course there's gonna be traffic jams, and then, you know, you can't do anything. You can't even do anything. I think your pay will be cut if you are late. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure about the, you know, regulations in my country. But I'm pretty sure you are paid based on, you know, similar to other countries. You are paid based on distance. And if you are late, your pay will be cut. Hey, records. Hello. Now, playing Euro Truck, driving around in this game world is easy. You can just do whatever you want to do. If you want to drive above 90, you can do that. Even if you get into an accident, you won't die. That's one. Another one, well, the cost of repairs is actually, I'm not even sure if the cost of repairs is actually realistic. Sounds realistic though. If you get like around, I think around 50% damage, you might have to fork around 50k, 50 to 80k euros. So that's a lot of cash. Even though when you look at the outside, there's no scratches, there's no dent, you know, nothing happened to your truck. But in real world, yeah, the repair is not instantaneous. As long as the truck is in the mechanic, you can't drive basically. So you not only you will lose your income because you have to pay for the repair, you also can't drive unless, I guess, you are working in a company, and then I don't know what will happen afterwards. Produce windows and doors. Oh. Are those handmade or automated? Sounds like it's handmade. Okay, let's take a look at our damage. 1%. Got into an accident Thursday, 1:04 p.m. Okay, no problem. So yeah, I'm still in the process of upgrading. I have finished downloading Promods. I'm in the process of getting the updates for RusMap. The application is still ongoing. It's still ongoing. Man, I'm busy, so busy when new updates come around, especially for Euro Trucks. When Stardew Valley updates, nothing really changes. Not many stuff change. but for Euro Truck it's different. So I'm not even sure if I can manage it this week. Probably have to wait until next week. Once I finish download RusMap, I have to download updates for Jazzy Cats. I think Jazzy Cats is not that, doesn't take that long, but for RusMap it's gonna take long. It took me the whole day to download Promods, so RusMap is gonna be the same probably, because I don't have much free time to download. Yeah, and then I have to try it out first, make sure everything is running fine, I don't have any crashes. If I did get any crash, I would probably revert back to 1.7 and just play that way. Just play that way for until the mods has been fully updated. Then I continue playing. But it depends. It depends on stuff. We'll see. We'll see. Though I hate to take out certain mods that I really want to play with. But I guess losing one or two might be okay, acceptable, until they fix it. $1,000 workers. Wow, that's a lot. Because with everything nowadays made in China, and one, I think, I'm not sure. I think only electronics are made by hand nowadays. A lot of the human work has been taken out by machines, like manufacturing doors, windows, cabinets, or whatever can be automated by machine and assembled by humans basically. But everything else, no, a lot of the manufacturing processes has been taken over by the machines. Whether that's good or bad, I don't think it's, it matters, cause it's progress. The price has gone down, so people can afford to buy it, and you get a beautiful product. Though IKEA furniture is still so freaking expensive. I don't know why. Even though you have to assemble it yourself, their furniture, even at the basic level, is still so expensive compared with others. If I were to, like for example, go to a local furniture shop and try to buy a table, for example, already assembled table, I can just go there, buy it, and let them send it over. And it would be a lot cheaper than buying IKEA products. At least here in my country, though. At least here in my country. So that's why IKEA isn't really that popular, except for certain furnitures. Though I don't know, I rarely shop at IKEA. I think the last time I went to IKEA, I don't remember. Yeah, that was during the college years, cause we got a project back then. We went to IKEA to procure some props, so to speak. And then that's it. I never went back to IKEA to purchase any furnitures. And assembling them myself, yeah, out of the knot. I remember screwing up a lot. I had this chair once that I had to assemble myself, and I screwed apart incorrectly. Luckily it didn't damage, but well, yeah, assembling stuff yourself, even with instructions, right? Even with instructions, sometimes isn't really optimal. I'd rather leave it to the professionals instead. Oh, what's this? 1941. Can't see, can't read it. The sunlight is Dang, can't read it. Probably in Russian. It's not in English, so. What the heck just happened here? Holy cow. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Do not veer off. Huh. What is this place? It's freaking hot in here. Oh. Yeah, probably. A monument of some sort. Well, I know it's a monument, but for what exactly, not sure. But 1941 German invasion kind of makes sense. So I guess to remember the fallen soldiers or some, or what, I'm not sure. But it's fun speculating. We are at the, we're going south, right? Yeah, we are at the border. So kind of makes sense. Are you gonna... Dang it. Wait, have I been here? No, that's not possible. Yeah. We never been to the city. Again, another another Ferris wheel. Ooh. Speeding violation. Where's that Ferris wheel? Oh yeah, there we go. Right over there. Russia do like their Ferris wheel. I've seen this a lot in RusMap. But none of them are functioning. None of them are actually moving. All of them are like this. And there's not even, there's no platform to board the Ferris wheel. At least make it realistic if I want to see it. If like this Ferris wheel is just like a statue. There's no platform. There's no booth. There's nothing. Slowly, slowly, slowly. As long as the game takes the cargo, fine by me, even though it's not straight. Yeah, we are at the, I think we are, yep, we are at the border between Russia and not even sure what country is this. Yeah, I'm not sure what country is this to begin with. Can't really see the oh yeah, if I were to Belarus, so west, Germany right over there, France, Switzerland, Poland is right over here, Belarus. Okay, So we are heading to Pensk if possible. If possible. We are heading back to the middle of Europe. First things first, let's buy a garage here. Let's gotta repair this, then go to the garage. Yeah, that's the way. No. Let me think. Nope, I might actually accidentally damage myself on the way. So let's buy the garage first, then go to the service station. Poland is a bit further away from this. You know, come to think of it, based on the maps that I used to see when discussing about the World War II, I see that Germany always borders Russia, but it seems like there's, I guess, Germany took over a ton of countries in between Russia and Germany. So they have extended their borders so much. Why is it that the World War isn't really a subject in my history class? They dedicated like a chapter for it, and then that's it. Nothing much. Even though it's kinda important and also interesting. Rough, yeah. Okay, stop the engine. Yeah. No. Not bad, but not exactly the way I wanna go. Let's drive first. Go to the service station, then we'll pick a job. Upgrade. So with this amount of garages, I can quick travel anywhere in the world. Even though you can't hire more than 200 and I think 51 drivers. Okay, I see the let's mark the location first. Do not wanna get lost. Alright. Aha! Oh, I missed the time that you gathered 2017 gold. Dang. When was it? You already got 2022 now. Move along. You gotta be aggressive. If you wanna get into the road, you have to be aggressive. If not, you have to stay there forever and ever. And nobody does that. Right here. Yeah, baby. 200 hours. Repair, please. Thank you. I'm still working on a suitable bot to for Twitch, for my Twitch channel, to keep track of the gold. There's so much, there's so many selections. It's so confusing, and some of them are paid options. Twitch is so big, there's so many options, unlike YouTube, there's only one bot that keep tracks of your gold, so you don't have much of a choice, which is good and bad. If you do not have any competitor, then if this bot fails, for example, if they shut down the developer actually shut down the development of it, then yeah, a lot of YouTubers gonna be screwed. I think it's only one person working on it. Only one person working on this gold bot. Hey. This is thumbs down. Well, since I can stream both at the same time, but I'm gonna focus on YouTube a lot more. Twitch interface is kind of confusing, but I guess I can understand why people wanna go there and just watch stream. So that's why I wanna stream on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time, but focusing more on YouTube, cause that's where I live. I'm on YouTube. Dang it. There's no job going here, so we have to see which one to go. Okay, this is good enough. Minsk, pack glass, fragile cargo. I do hope though by next year there's more usage out of gold. I'm still working on it. It's not free, but well, the price, I guess you could call it subscription, because in order to unlock a lot of the bot's features, you have to pay the developer. You have to support, not pay, but you have to support the developer on Patreon. I think it's like $5 a month, and then you'll get to unlock all the features for Fastbot, including a streamer website. From there, I can allow you guys to buy stuff with gold. Of course, non-tangible stuff. I'm not talking about real life products. Though I'm still thinking about what to do with it. I'm still thinking, what kind of stuff I can sell with gold. I know you can sell song requests, basically allow song requests for a set amount of gold. But then the downside is that if the request is kinda offensive, then yeah, that's bad. Wait, where is the company at? This is not it. This must be it. So where do I get the job from? What is going on here? Let's drive it a bit. Maybe the job place is right over here. Maybe. Ouch. Ah, there we go. I see it. Also, if I were to allow song requests, the cost gonna be probably around 100 to 200 gold, depending on the situation. Though I do not want the stream to be spammed with gold. I mean, with song requests. And if the song is actually copyrighted, then I don't think I can archive the live stream. I know I tried to play the radio once while driving in Euro Truck, and a lot of the songs had a copyrighted claim on it, content ID claim on YouTube. So it was blocked worldwide. Instead of them monetizing it, they decided to block it. I don't know why, but yeah, they decided to block it worldwide. So nobody can watch the stream afterwards. I don't want that. I do not want that. So I guess I have to keep thinking, you know, what kind of stuff I can do with gold other than that. I've been looking around and see what other streamers are doing, and since they are doing face cam, they have a lot more options, like allowing their viewers to request the streamer to do silly stuff. But since I don't have any face cam, so I don't think I can do that. So I'm still thinking, you know, what other stuff can I do? Maybe allow for... yeah, I have no idea. Maybe allow for games, you know, what kind of games I want to play next. Maybe that's a good way. What's that? Oh yeah, I forgot to check. Pack glass 22 tons, quite heavy. Friday 10:35 p.m. Friday ETA Friday 7. Okay. But the cargo is fragile, so I have to be careful not to bump into anything at all. I can't see the indicator for engine brakes. Never mind, I see it. I see it now. Oh no, wrong gear. Hey Wolverine, don't worry, you are not that late. We are in Russia. We are heading into Belarus right now. I think we have already escaped Russia. Not sure. Wait, I don't remember crossing the border, so we are probably still in Russia. Holy sh! Whoops. Almost missed the exit there. So I've been doing a lot of stuff lately, so that's why I also stream later than usual. Not to mention the game takes like 10 minutes to start up. This is the only game that takes like 10 minutes to start. The loading time is just ridiculous. Even though the graphic isn't really anything to be proud of, yet the loading time is just so ridiculous. So for the first earlier live stream, I was streaming Nier Automata, and the loading time for that game is just fine. I didn't mention then, but I also downloaded a mod for Nier Automata. It's called FAR, Fix Automata Resolution. It seems like it fixed a ton of problems with the resolutions of Nier Automata. So I didn't really actually list the mods in anywhere. Should probably I should probably put it in the description, just as a disclaimer. Cause the mod is really good. It fixes resolution for. I guess you can play the game with borderless window. I think, and it also fixes frame rate issues, if I'm not mistaken. But I didn't feel any frame rate issues when I was playing it. Yeah, if I were to glance at the chat, sometimes I would blank for a while. Then, as I was processing what I'm seeing on my monitor, then I realized I was about to miss the exit, the highway exit. The same thing happened like multiple streams. As I was reading the chat, took a glance at it. When my eyes go back to the monitor, I have to process everything. I have to process what I'm seeing, so it takes time. I'm not at my prime years. I was really a gamer, hardcore gamer, mind ya, when I was a lot younger. But now, as I'm older and getting older, as I'm already old now, and getting older, things has not been the same. I can't stand certain games that where previously I can, games that forces you to grind and grind. Normally I'll be able to take it, but now I just loathe that kind of games. I remember back when I was in middle school, I used to play Ragnarok online. The game is just pure grind hell. I didn't use any bots back then. I know a lot of people actually use bots in order to grind up to the max level, but nope. Me and my infinite wisdom thought, to avoid being banned, I didn't use bots, even though there are ways to avoid getting banned. Dang it. Purple car. Yeah, but nowadays I just can't stand games that forces you to grind and grind. For the sake of grinding, not doing anything else, basically. Not doing nothing else. So games like, that's why I stopped playing Revolution Online. It feels like grinding to me. You have to do dailies, the same dailies over and over again. It just doesn't appeal to me anymore. How old am I? I'm 28 years old. When you are not, when you have stopped playing video games, you will get rusty. It's just normal, It's like sports too. You'll get rusty. I never stopped playing video games, but I did stop doing hardcore stuff back when I was in college. So I stopped doing hardcore gaming back then. So games I used to play, like for example, Devil May Cry, right? I can do a ton of freaking crazy combos with Dante, but when I was streaming Bayonetta, god dang, I couldn't do anything with her. I felt like a noob, it felt like I was a noob. I got a feeling that I can do better, but I just can't. My fingers, my hands are not moving the way, like when I was younger, a lot younger. Not to mention the years, me not playing any hardcore video games kinda take a toll on me. I'm still confident with my Counter-Strike skills though. If there's any FPS involving, Twitch shooters, I'm okay with that. I'm still confident that I'm still good at it. No guarantees though, no guarantees. I think it has been like 5 years since I played any FPS games, legit FPS games. You can't even call. I don't think Lawbreakers is FPS, and Quake Champions is kinda different beast compared with the games that I used to play. Well, technically you are, getting. Yes, we are entering Belarus. This is the border, right? I see the flags here. Well, in YouTube years, you are old. You are old. And things like games like that you can tolerate when you were younger, right? You can't tolerate it nowadays. I forgot. There's this one game that I used to like, but when I tried to play it again, I just couldn't get into it. You can pinpoint the flaws. Not to mention, of course, you have more experience with video games. You have played a ton of more video games, so you know that the games that you used to play were not that good to begin. They were not that good to begin with. It's just nostalgia. It's just nostalgia. Good thing I never did play, never did like Crash Bandicoot. So I didn't buy the latest Crash Bandicoot for PC. It's available on PC, right? I think it's available on PC. But yeah, I didn't buy it. I'm never into nostalgia. Though Final Fantasy 9 and 10 is kinda an exception. Never played Final Fantasy 10, so yeah. But Final Fantasy 9, in my opinion, is the best Final Fantasy that I've played. I can say it now that I'm still playing Final Fantasy 10. I could say for certain that I love Final Fantasy 9 a lot more. I can see that Final Fantasy 10 is just super annoying. You have to grind. You have to you can't be lazy with it. Which is super annoying. I just hate random encounters. I just hate games that provides random encounters. I never like those. I never liked it when I was younger. I never like it today. I just put up with it because I wanted to get through the story. That's it. I never liked the combat in the first place. You know, the only Final Fantasy series that that includes the combat system that I prefer, I would say is probably gonna be the Final Fantasy Tactics. That was, in my opinion, the best Final Fantasy combat that Square Enix has ever developed. Final Fantasy Tactics. And until today, I'm still trying to find a game that is close or similar with the system that Final Fantasy Tactics have done. And last year, I think it was this year. No. Last year, I think. I played Fire Emblem. Was it Awakening? Yeah, Fire Emblem Awakening. The game was fun. It's similar to Final Fantasy Tactics, but similar but not the same. I don't think there's any game that can capture the superbness of Final Fantasy Tactics. If you never played Final Fantasy Tactics, right, do play it. Trust me, the story is great. The combat is even better. Even though it's turn-based, obviously it's turn-based, but the system is fully thought out and fully, you could say, balanced. Because I remember fighting every bosses, right? Every boss fight was difficult. Yet, if you figure out the proper strategy, you can win. I remember the fight was super difficult, but super fulfilling as well. Because in the end, I won. Due to tactics, not luck, not because you have better equipments. It's just tactics. The bosses I'm not even sure if they actually tweak the boss so that the bosses would actually follow your party's levels. I'm not sure about that, but I do remember every boss fight was very difficult. Not that difficult, but tough, you could say, challenging, super fun. Squirrel died. Ouch! You know when you're gonna feel old? When a lot of YouTubers that you used to watch when you were younger, right? Has now turned 30 years old. Dang. I still remember watching Smosh when I was younger, and they look a lot younger back then. I still remember their Pokemon videos. Not videos, but Pokemon lip sync video. Yeah, how long ago was that? Never played any Final Fantasy game. Oh. Yeah, I can't blame you. I know, like me for example, right? There are certain games that even though it's popular, I never even tried it, not once. Like the Metal Gear series. I never played Metal Gear series. I never played Assassin's Creed, even though those games has great reviews, rave reviews, loved by gamers. I never got into it. But I guess it depends, if you look around, if you like the Final Fantasy story, you would probably hate the combat though. I think the Final Fantasy series combat is pretty much universally hated by everybody. They tried to improve it. I think similar with Final Fantasy, was it 11? I think Final Fantasy 11. Yeah, they tried to improve the combat, but it's still turn-based, so it sucks. Everybody hated it. They tried to use the turn-based combat and tried to integrate it with real-time. Basically, a hybrid between real-time combat and also turn-based. And then, of course, the latest Final Fantasy 15, they obviously opted out from the turn-based combat and make it full-on active combat, which is great. They initially did the turn-based combat due to obviously limitations in the hardware, so they can't really do active combat. But as as technology changes, looking at realistic models of your characters, waiting for the opponents to get hit you, is kinda disjointed, I guess. Takes you out of the immersion. So having a full-on active combat is great. Real-time active combat. Maybe I'll play Final Fantasy 15 if it comes out on PC. I'm still waiting. I have heard rumors about it coming on PC. So who knows? When it comes out on PC, I might play it. Though I don't really like the cast. All of them are male. I would prefer to have at least one female in the party, because I'm a straight male, so I prefer to take a gander at girls too. Yeah, it seems according to reviews for the Final Fantasy 15, the story is kind of confusing if you never play the prologue, or was it the anime? I don't know which one, but it seems like there's some sort of prequel story before the main game, so you have to watch that or play that. I'm not even sure. Was it a featured anime or animation or whatever? Either way, you have to. What the heck is going on? Whoops. Either way, you have to you have to watch that first before delving into the main game. If not, you might be lost. I might be lost though, cause I probably gonna straight play the game instead. You'd be surprised. There are some games in this world, even after playing like years after their release date, it's still great. I would say Final Fantasy is one of those games. Also, if you were to play Final Fantasy 9, for example, and Final Fantasy 10, or any of the Final Fantasy remaster version, you can enable cheats. So if you really hate the combat, right, you can just focus more on the story, progressing the story. So you can turn off the random encounter. Basically, you will never encounter any mobs. And then max out. There's a cheat to max out your damage. There's a cheat to make you invulnerable. There's a cheat to give you the max amount of cash, abilities, and everything. So basically, you can breeze through the game, just enjoy the story without those annoying and pesky side quests or side missions, things that you don't care about. Final Fantasy has always been about the story, not about the gameplay. That's the best part about it. It's kind of timeless, though it's kind of disappointing. Final Fantasy 7, for example, is polygonal. I think they did a remaster for Final Fantasy 7. I never tried it. Okay, there's this one game though. Back when I was in college, right? I used to have a laptop, but the laptop isn't really a gaming laptop, so I couldn't install any games that requires a dedicated GPU. So I just played lower end games, and then I found this special game, a DOS game made back in the 80s. It's called Star Control. The game was called Star Control. I played the Star Control 2. It's a sequel for Star Control. I can't remember how I managed to find the game, but I do remember reading a lot of reviews about it. A lot of people said that Star Control were great. Even after all these years, Star Control were great. And then I thought to myself, okay, why not download it? Because it's free. It's a DOS game. It doesn't take much of the computer resources, so it's kind of easy to play. But when I started playing it, I remember hating it. In the first time I played it, it was too difficult. I remember it was too difficult, but I died multiple times too. And then as I got used to it, I got the hang of it. Dang, that game turned into something else. The story was intriguing. There was story back in the old days. Even with the pixelated graphics and whatnot, there are still good stories to be had. So Star Control is kind of a game similar like Starbound, you could say, or No Man's Sky, where you can traverse in the or Spore. You can traverse throughout the universe, interacting with alien species. To be honest, I feel like this game is a lot better than better than No Man's Sky, because all the aliens interactions is different. All the aliens have different personality and different things you can chat with them. You can also buy equipments or race specific gears basically. And the game was super difficult early on, so you have, instead of fighting, there are certain enemies that you have to run away from. So when I remember playing it the first time, cause I'm used to modern games, I used to plow every enemy I found in the early games. But then I started playing Star Control. I got pounded so hard. I died multiple times. I was raging until I figured out, hey, why not treat this like I'm playing Resident Evil 1? Similar with Resident Evil 1, you do not kill every zombie you found. You might want to skip around, just run around them, run away from them instead of fighting them. It's no use wasting bullets on enemies that doesn't require your attention at all. So it's similar with Star Control. You have to avoid certain enemies. They are just too powerful. Your spaceship just can't handle it. They hit you so hard while you hit them for so low. So it's better for you to run away. So I did that. Once I did that, the game opened up so much. You can land on planets to harvest materials, fuel, stuff, and then with the materials right, you can upgrade. So it's you could say it's kind of similar, to all those games that I've mentioned before. So once you mine stuff from other planets, you can upgrade your ship equipments. Obviously you have to trade with alien species in order to get the upgrades. Also, there are planets that doesn't have anything on it. So yeah, again, it's kind of similar. I did hope that No Man's Sky would turn out similar with Star Control. Not to mention the mission, right? The end mission, at least the end goal is similar. In Star Control, you need to reach at the center of the universe. I think you are on the Milky Way. Yeah, you are on the Milky Way, because the game starts you back on Earth. back on Earth, and you will explore the stars in the Milky Way, and you can visit every single dot in in the game. I'm not sure if it's procedurally generated or not. I don't think so. I think it's just static. But the game opened up like, I think like 5 hours into the game. Whoops 5 hours into the games, and the story opened up. Everything opened up. The story was intriguing. I would say, I'm not sure though if gamers nowadays would like it, but that was my best gaming experience to date. I would say that was my best gaming experience to date. I never thought a game, an old game, mind ya, would actually be that good. Even until today, I'm still waiting for a game that can top Star Control. Not Starbound, not No Man's Sky. None of these games can compare with Star Control. Star Control is just a different beast. I don't think it, in terms of graphics, obviously it doesn't age well. The UI and everything is just cluttered. But once you played it, once you understand it, you might love it. It depends though. If you just hate retro, you might not like the game. But that was my best decision in playing those old games. I never thought I would like an old DOS game, but yeah. Afterwards, I did try a lot of different DOS games, but I ended up not liking them. Star Control was the best one that I could find, and there's other ones though. This is when I was playing. This is back when I was trying to find a game involving space exploration. Other than Star Control, I also found a game. I think I can't remember what it's called. Battleship? No. Dang, I can't remember. They used to be sold, and now they have been released for free for anyone to download. So it's kind of similar with Star Control. Again, you can explore planets with a ship. This is a 3D game, by the way. This is a 3D game. The graphics is great. You can jump, you can go to planets, you can land on planets, but the time it takes for you to land on the planet from the orbit, right? It takes so dang long. I remember like trying to enter this blue planet. Looks like Earth. It wasn't Earth, by the way. It took me like 10 minutes to land on it. And once I land on it, of course, it wasn't empty. Thank God it wasn't empty. There were buildings, there were NPCs there. So they did code things in there, but there were a lot of bugs in the game. So the game never did reach the potential it was supposed to reach. But it was quite famous. It was quite famous for being a vaporware. I think it's a vaporware. Not a vaporware. I mean, the game was in development hell for quite a long time. Similar to with Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem Forever. It been in development hell for quite a long time until they abandoned it, and yeah, stopped developing it, and the developer released the source code for free, and all the game, not the source code, I don't think the source code has been released, but he gave the game away for free. You can download it on his website. I just can't remember the name of the game right now. I don't have it installed on this PC, I think. I think that's why, that's why a lot of gamers really look forward towards No Man's Sky. They have a lot of nostalgia with old games like that involves space exploration, only to get disappointed from the shallow gameplay of No Man's Sky. Good thing I never pre-ordered stuff, and I don't think I'll be playing No Man's Sky anytime soon either. Other games have done better job than No Man's Sky. I'm gonna wait until somebody else would actually make a worthy sequel or worthy upgrade to to Star Control. Yeah, by the way, you know that I did say that you have to go to the center of the universe in Star Control, right? Similar with No Man's Sky, but in No Man's Sky, if you go to the center of the universe, you will basically start over all over again. Basically, you will enter another parallel universe or some sort. I'm not sure what's the concept, but yeah, it's kind of disappointing. All the work you've done is basically worthless because it restarts the game. But in Star Control, once you reach the center of the universe, you will be able to talk to an ancient alien civilization, and they will unlock wormhole for you, and you will get the best spaceship in the game and best weapon too. You can basically whoop everybody asses with that. The game got good afterwards. Yep. After you reach the destination, the game got good afterwards. Would you imagine that? Dang, I love that game so much. For a DOS game, I can't imagine. Never did imagine I would love playing it. AAA games now these days prefer to invest a ton of cash and time, you know, to develop games, $60 games, when they can just develop $30 games, and instead of getting all the money, just get some of the money. That would be better. Just develop a great game. Just develop a great game. You don't have to sell millions. I think selling hundreds of thousands of copies, right, is still a success. If you price it right, you know, if the development cost is just right, it's still a success. Look at Stardew Valley. It's made by one person. The game is great because it was a labor of love. Oh, boom. Minecraft 2 developed by Notch, single person, until it got the game got famous, and he managed to hire staff to work on this game together. Now he's a billionaire. You know, sometimes you have to just create small games and see what happens. I think it's lower, you know, you can lower the risk that way. Make smaller games, good smaller games, instead of those good graphics but shitty gameplay. It's just a waste of capital. And now they are milking us with microtransactions. I'm still pissed with Shadow of War. They are introducing microtransactions in a full price game. Yes, you have to pay $60 for Shadow of War, and even then there's microtransactions. What the heck? I always hated microtransactions. If it's in a free to play game, I guess that's kind of fine, you know, they have to make profit somehow. But this is a full price game. You are supposed to get the full experience in the full price game, of course, but they want to milk you until you are dry. I just hate that kind of practice, and I just hope that other game companies doesn't follow suit. There would be people being fooled by this. They thought that, you know, the loot boxes are just cosmetic, you know, it doesn't even matter. But for Shadow of War, you have to grind. You have to grind, or you can just pay not grind. You might think that's okay. You might think that's okay, right? It's just a shortcut, but it's actually not. That means they have developed the game so that the normal player, the paying customer, have to grind it out. What kind of gameplay is that? They force you to grind so that you will have to pay for microtransactions. So that's why I hated microtransaction in a full price game. Grinding used to be fun. Now they are making it a necessity to deepen their pocket. I just hate that. Need for Speed Payback, I didn't even know there's a new Need for Speed. I gotta see it first before. I gotta see it first. Once I see it, maybe I'll wait for a review. I've been disheartened by the Need for Speed franchise. I think you need to re-evaluate the kind of news you are reading, cause you are always surprising, I guess. But you might wanna re-evaluate where you get your news from. If you don't like milk, that means you don't eat cheese, you don't eat dairy products. You know, a lot of things uses milk. Ice cream uses milk too. Cheese, of course. And then a lot of stuff require processed milk. So even if you don't drink milk, you are technically, I think everybody it consumes some form of milk in their lifetime, unless they are lactose intolerant, then yeah, they can't. Hey Sahil, what the, your name has, wow. Your name is so long. Oh, what the heck? What just happened there? What? What the heck? I think I got caught in something. That was weird. No damage. Okay. The heck just happened there? Okay, let's take the middle lane instead. Too dangerous, too dangerous, too dangerous. What? Since when beer is made out of milk? Beer is made out of wheat. No, I didn't hit anything. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there. I might got caught into the grass or something. I don't know what happened there. I had no clue what happened there. I just lost control for some reason. Maybe I was too close to the grass. This road. How far are we? 10 Saturday 10 p.m. ETA 6. Wow, we have quite a distance to cover. Hey Craig. Yeah, going back to the topic of microtransactions, right? I used to play this. No. I think that's a different game. I've heard news. I've never played this game. I can't remember the name of the game though. For the life of me, I can't remember the name of the game. But I did browse the forum, and I saw people getting pissed at the publisher. So this is what happened. So this was a free-to-play game with obviously microtransactions. You have to pay in order to get the in-game currency, and with that in-game currency, you can buy the cash shop, basically cash shop items. But 1 month after a sale of some sort that occurred in the game, the publisher stated that they will shut down the game in a week. Yes, after a sale, they shut down the game in a week, basically on a short notice. So a lot of people got pissed with the publisher. Ostensibly so, because there were people, expecting the game to last longer than that. So there were people actually bought gems or whatever you want to call it, cash, prior to the announcement, and people were furiously asking whether what will happen with their purchase. A lot of the games and publishers would actually refund the purchase, but not this time, not this one. This one decided, instead of refunding all their purchase, they made it so that instead of refunding the purchase, they made it so that this gem, this cash shop items, not cash item, this currency, in-game currency, can be used throughout all their other games. So this publisher is not only publishing this single game, this single MMO, but they are also publishing a ton of other MMOs concurrently. So instead of refining them, they say that all the purchase that have been made can be used in other games. So it did piss a lot of people, cause not all of them actually played other games from the publisher. They just played this one game, but now they can't get the refund. So if you play, even if you play free to play game, microtransaction is still dangerous. It's still dangerous. I can't even imagine with games that requires you to pay upfront full price. Even at $30, you shouldn't have any microtransactions. That's why I hated Black Desert Online. Not only you have to pay in order to play Black Desert, there's also cash shop in the game. Initially I wanted to play Black Desert, but after that kind of stunt they did with Black Desert, I didn't even consider it. I just hated games, full price games, or even games that requires you to buy to play, but introducing microtransactions. I just hate them. I would avoid them at all costs. Just wouldn't show support to the publisher nor the developer. We do not want to encourage this kind of behavior. You will get burned. If you're not careful, you will get burned. Even if you are careful, even if you think that a publisher or a developer can be trusted, they can outright burn you afterwards. You won't know what will happen in the future, right? Maybe their company will fold. Maybe their company will be dissolved. Who knows? EA, for example, has shut down a ton of developer for failing. It's not even their fault. Most of the time it's EA's fault for basically trying to interfere with the development process, introducing this and that. Obviously gamers hated those, and when the game failed, they dissolved the studio. A lot of people lost their jobs, but they still hold the IP, which is pretty infuriating. Not to mention, even after they hold, they keep holding to this IP and still not releasing new games. Similar situation with, it's kind of similar situation with was it Capcom or Konami? Capcom, I think. Capcom. They have a ton of IPs and they are not doing anything with it. Yeah, I know. Guild Wars 2 is kind of exception, cause if it's a costume, right? If it's a costume, it's still in the realm of acceptable for a pay to play game, cause it's just costume. It doesn't include any power items. But the ones I was talking about includes items that give you stats. So that's why people purchase it, because they want more power, of course. Costume is still acceptable. Yeah, not all developers treats you the same way. I know Nexon, for example, is really popular. They are one of the biggest MMO publisher in North America, if I'm not mistaken. Yet they are also hated by gamers because of a lot of issues. Alright, I will end the stream for Euro Truck. For now, I will continue this tomorrow, same time, same place. It's now free to play. Yep, I've heard of it. It's just that I wanted to try Good Wars 2 after it went free to play, but I know this is one of my rules. If you wanna play MMORPG, you have to get in there when it just opened, you know, when it just started. Do not get into the game when it's already been years since its release, because you will get behind all the other players in terms of gears, in terms of knowledge, in terms of a lot of stuff, you know. So you will be left behind. So I'd rather not get into games that has been out for a while and I know that I will be left behind. So that's why I didn't get into Good Wars 2, even though I know the game is good. Kim Jong. Are you hauling? Are you hauling nukes? Alright, thank you very much for tuning in. Euro Truck Simulator 2 will continue tomorrow, same time, same place. I'm still downloading the mods for the new version of Euro Truck. So once I manage to make sure that the game runs perfectly with all the mods that I'm using, I will tell you guys that I've updated it. And maybe we'll go into Scandinavia and do the double traders and everything. Either way, thank you very much for tuning in. If you like the stream, do hit the like button. If you are new here, do hit the subscribe button. If you want to see more live stream, I stream every single day. You can check my stream schedule in the description down below or go to my channel page. For those who are subscribed, don't forget to press the bell notification icon next to the subscribe button to be notified immediately when I'm starting a stream. And if you haven't, make sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram or Facebook at Maxingetorix. I'm active and will always post updates about the channel there. Also, come and join my Discord server to chat with me and all the other viewers when I'm not streaming. The links are all in the description, including all the mods I use in my gameplay. So, thank you very much for watching. This is Max signing out. Catch you guys later. Salute. Yeah, I know there's no grind, but even with gears, right, you will be left behind in terms of knowledge. Knowledge of bosses, knowledge of the PvP mechanics, in-game, in-depth games mechanics. Also, you will be left behind with guilds either. It's not easy, at least for me, it's not easy to get into the top guild unless you have spent, you know, a lot of time in the game itself, getting to know a lot of people. And also, if you play the game earlier, it's easy to get into the top guild, because they wanted players, of course, and you just have to stick around and basically be a active member in the guild. But once the guild is top notch, already been filled, it's kind of hard to get into that. So that's why, yeah, it's one of my personal rules, by the way. It's not like I'm forcing you guys to do the same. That's just one of my personal rules. Right, see you guys. Thanks for watching.